Hello and welcome back to Kino-Plays Children of Morta. Last time we successfully did a run with Hammer Brother Joey, which was the last of the Bergsons. Early on in the runs we'd already cleared it with Apan. I still don't remember if we finished it with Yajoj Majoj or not, so that's who we're going to be working on now. So the question is, how many runs will it take me to finish off normal mode with Yajoj Majoj? Let's go. Still wonder how you're actually supposed to say his name. And I'm still not sure what a good build for him would be. He's got so many moving parts. Seeing as though he's got two totally different forms. What have we got available? Primary blows have a small chance to insta-kill. Not bad. Thundercloud. Good evening to you too, Ajna. Welcome. Bridge of Insanity. Crit hit, chance to... crit hit chance and damage at the cost of a slow constant health drain. And... no, let's not. Got something new. Can't remember what it was. I don't think it was any of those. Oh, it was this thing. What the hell are ghost abilities? Let's give that a try for once, because I've got no idea what that is. If only I could like choose one thing from each section. But no, it's just one thing for each visit. Die, monkey thing! So, how's everyone doing today? Been up to anything interesting? I've been watching a bunch of movies and TV shows, but that's pretty much all. Well, a lot, and of course a hell of a lot of job searching. Die already, slime monkey! God, that still sounds so wrong. I wish I had a better insult for that thing. Spirit Embers do more damage. Shorter Spirit Burst, cooldown. Spiritual crit hit. Well, I've no idea what the family ghost abilities are, but I haven't seen it do anything so far. I was thinking it might be the family trait stuff from the story mode, but surely by now I would have seen Bergson pop in to help me, if that was the case. Evade bars faster. Well, that's the only thing that'll actually upgrade me. Although, since I haven't got cheaper shops, maybe I should get the 3 gemstones. Because all my upgrades are going to be significantly more expensive this time round. Saw the Sonic 2 movie the other day. Really good. Better than the first one. If you're willing to go to cinemas, I strongly recommend going see it. Also, Morbius was nowhere near as bad as people were saying. I mean, it's not a great film, but it was entertaining enough. Yeah, actually, there was a Sonic movie like a couple of years ago with Sonic and James Marsden, and like last week, Sonic 2 came out with Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, still got James Marsden in it, and more Jim Carrey Robotnik. Bozo shoots fan projectiles upon vanishing, damaging wounded enemies a chance to stun them. That might be smart, because that means I can stun them while they're being sucked in. Yeah, didn't you know there'd been a Sonic movie? I think the first one's on Netflix at the moment. You don't know. Fair enough. Well, look, it's one of the first one is one of the few decent video game movies, and the second one's even better. I think the first one had a bit too much focus on humans because it's Sonic in the real world, but it still works. And the second one's a lot better, much more video gamey. Way more focus on the characters that we actually give a crap about. I mean, you'd think they'd have learned enough from the Transformers movies. We don't care about the humans. We want the goddamn Transformers. That's why we're there to watch what we're there to watch. But no, the goddamn people who make the movies always tend to shove in human characters for things. Ooh, now there's a thought. With Sonic 1 and 2 having been successful, and showing that people actually like those sorts of characters and that, who knows, maybe we'll end up getting a Transformers movie with an actual focus on the goddamn robots for once. I wouldn't hold my breath, but who knows? I mean, they did seem to put more and more focus on the kaiju in the Godzilla and Kong movies as time went on. You been watching any movies or TV shows or anything you want to talk about? That goes out to Ajnu and anyone else in the chat that wants to chat. The hell did I just pick up? Ah, temporary invulnerability. Okay, the stun's definitely happening, it just doesn't seem to be for very long. What else have I got? Crit damage, shield, or another... Yeah, I'll take those 3 gemstones. Ooh, Altered Carbon Season 1. That is good. I do like Thomas Jane. That is who's in Altered Carbon Season 1, isn't it? It's Thomas Jane as the main character. I'm pretty sure that's right. It was weird watching Season 2 with a completely different actor. But that's the conceit of the show, that you can be the same person but in different bodies, so it's just a shame because I really liked him. I haven't watched any of Picard though. I have not heard good things about Season 1, so I never got round to watching any of it. Yep, that's why I'm not saying any more about that, but that's just... From the very first episode, that's the case, and you see it in the pictures for it. It was something that couldn't be escaped. That's why I'm not saying any more about it. Just that it was weird that that's what happened. I mean, there are reasons for it, but I'm not going to tell you what the reasons are. Because even though my personal opinion on things is, with films you get a week, in TV shows you get say 1 week to 1 month before spoilers can be, well, you should have watched it. I still don't go out of my way to be a dick, so no, when things get quite old, then I'll tell people to shut up. You can't expect spoiler warnings and things for something like 10 years old and all that stuff, because some people get really, really up there when it comes with for spoilers. I mean, personally speaking, I've never understood the spoiler thing. I mean, I understand they affect other people. I just never understood it on my own side, but that's because I grew up with like 80s movies trailers and stuff, where quite literally the trailer tells you the entire plot of the movie. So I've never understood why people get upset over that stuff, because to me it was always, well, you talk about the whole thing and that's what gets people interested. What looks so hard? Those trailers or something else? see, increased crit chance, primary attack damage. Yeah, like I say, I understand some people don't like it, but I've never understood it myself because that's the type of trailers I originally saw. Like, God, I'm trying to think of examples. The only actual film I can remember off the top of my head that spoils the entire thing, well, to me it doesn't spoil it, but it does tell you the whole plot of the movie, is this movie called Dark Angel with Dolph Lundgren, where he's a cop and a space drug dealer comes down to Earth to collect drugs from people and stuff. I'm not exactly describing things well here. It's a good film, but the trailer does tell you the whole thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of other action movies and horror movies did the same. I'd swear there were a load of films, trailers used to just tell you the whole story as a way to go, so that if you like the sound of that story, you'll then want to see how it plays out. Because, I mean, when you think about it, a lot of trailers now, they look impressive and might be enough to get you to go, but they really tell you absolutely fuck all about the product. So you've got no idea what the story is, what the tone of the movie will be, or anything. And then you've got ones where they completely lie to you. Like, here in the UK, there was a film called Jarhead. Was it was I think it was the Afghanistan war that it was set in, and the advertising for it, the whole thing in the trailers was the funny parts of the movie. So it seemed like it would be some comedic soldier movie thing. Every single funny part in those trailers were the only funny parts in the trailers, and it was an extremely serious and rather dull movie. So it completely deceived you by not actually telling you about the film. And I personally would consider that far worse than being told what the film is. Well, I don't actually remember the trailers for the Final Destination films, but the thing is, with films like that, with films like Saw and all that, the whole goddamn point is that people die. So knowing that basically everyone is going to die does not in the least spoil things. Now, if it showed each person's death in the trailer, that'd be an issue. But showing you that all of those people are going to die, and even why they're going to die, wouldn't spoil anything, because then you'd be going into it waiting to see how they die, and it would actually add more weight to any fake-out deaths, because you're thinking, so this is the time this person's going to die. But it's not. They survived that time. See what I mean? It's a hard one to really put into words about things. But it's also like, all of the major movies that have been out for a certain amount of time, it's cultural knowledge about the twists and turns and who lives, who dies, about Vader being Luke's father, about Kaiser Sose being who he is, things like that. So, but that doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the film, because it just means that you go into it looking for the clues that lead to that reveal instead of just going in blind. Does that make sense? That's a summon I can make. I'll grab you, I'll grab the fire. That'll do. Because yeah, personally I've always been more interested in the journey of a movie than I am the destination. Because a lot of the times, anyway, I see the destination coming a goddamn mile away. Like, I watched Sixth Sense before everyone knew the twist of that. But right from the very beginning of the movie, I already had it in my head. Is he dead? Because even though I was pretty young at the time of watching it, I already knew that being shot in the liver or that area, he'd only have like a couple of minutes to get medical help or he'd be dead. So I was sus the whole goddamn time and noticing the things that show it off. So to me, there was no goddamn twist to that movie because I'd called it. So that's exactly the same situation as if someone just tells me in the first place. If I see it coming, it's the same thing. So I enjoy trying to work out from within the film how it gets to where it's going, rather than being surprised at the end, because it doesn't fucking surprise me most of the time. Ah, crap, I should have done the flames first. Oh well. I'll also boost passion now. Okay, so that's what the ghost thing is then. So they are coming down to help me at certain times, just not very often. What else am I watching at the moment? Let me try and remember. I'm currently watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus, and that's really good. I'm very interested in seeing where that's going, considering I know basically nothing about the character. And I do like Oscar Isaacs. He's a good actor, he is. I've also started watching Star Trek The Next Generation on Netflix. And surprisingly to me, I'm enjoying it. Because I'm old enough that I was watching it as it originally aired. And I actually kind of hated Star Trek TNG as a kid. But just like I absolutely detested Star Trek the original series as a child, and when I rewatched that, when I watched all of that either last year or the year before, I really enjoyed it. So, it's just... your tastes change as you get older. I mean, the only Star Trek series that I liked as they aired were Deep Space Nine and Voyager, because I liked the darker style to them. But now I'm actually liking TNG, and I liked the original series. Though, having watched all of the Shatner series, it's amazing just how many technologies and drugs and accidents and things happen during that they must have just completely ignored in future shows, because they completely broke all continuity for the series and any threat whatsoever, because there are things in there that would have absolutely solved every possible issue they could ever have had in the future shows. I mean, in one episode there was some sort of alcoholic drink that they could have, which would make it so that the stun setting on phasers wouldn't work on you. Okay, that's a major thing to solve that you would think would have come into play more later on. Nope. What else? There was a drug and technology combo that allowed them to become gain like super speed, so that time passed at a totally different rate for them to those outside, so anytime there was like major time requirements, they could have just implemented that and solved shit before the time would have run out. And you'd think that the info about that would have spread around around Starfleet, wouldn't you? And then, of course, there was the food that they could replicate that essentially turned a person into a god by giving them telekinetic and telepathic powers, which was never used again. There were a whole bunch of these things when I was watching the original series. It was like, why the hell have I never seen this in any future season? What? I think that was everything on this floor. Oh yeah, I definitely like DS9 and Voyager more still than the others, but it's the difference between quite literally hating the original series and very nearly hating TNG when I was young, versus now really liking them. I mean, I definitely still put Voyager and DS9 way above them, but I actually like them now. But we really do change over time, because like when it originally aired, I really liked Stargate. I tried rewatching it a couple of years back, and I really didn't care for it. Part of the now, this is going to sound weird after having just said that I like TNG and the original series, but the main reason is that I didn't like Stargate when I came back to it, was because I don't really like Monster of the Week shows. I like large, overarching storylines, and it takes quite a lot of seasons for Stargate to actually turn into that. It's like how, for the most part, Supernatural was Monster of the Week for the first 3 to 5 seasons, I think it was. And then it became much more what I wanted with these large, overarching stories. I've only seen a few episodes of Babylon 5. I couldn't get into it as a kid, and it's harder to find these days. I saw a bit of it on... God, what was it? It was either IMDb TV or Pluto TV. Some on-demand services, but they didn't have box sets, they only had random play thing, like how... Like, oh god, now this is going back. Like back in the early 2000s when you'd use Winamp and their random channels to watch streaming anime and stuff. You just have to happen to land on it at the right time to see something new. God, the amount the internet has changed over the past 20 years. Ooh, okay, now that sounds good to me. So, Babylon 5 is super large story arc. Good. More crit chance, wounded enemies receive even greater damage. Crit chance. Could definitely use some healing though, right about now. Ah, crap! Whew, that was close. Wait, when did I get the melee buddy? Sweet! I need to upgrade him. Ah, shit. Right, what's this? Increase max health at the expense of primary... Screw that! Definitely not interested. Definitely not sacrificing primary damage. It's taking too long as it is to kill things. Tell you what was good for both episodic and long-form storytelling, though. Farscape. God, I would love for them to either revive that series or remake that series. As long as they still use puppets and practical effects and not shitty CGI. Bring back working with Jim Henson's company. Because, I mean, I think he's actually dead, isn't he, at this point? I'm not sure. I mean, you could do a proper revival with it, because it's been long enough now since they did the Peacekeeper Wars that you could actually use... God, I'm blanking on his goddamn name! You could use the main character's son as the protagonist now, because he'd be an adult at this point. Crichton. That was the name. Wait, was it Crichton? I know the actor was Ben Broder. Was it Crichton? Because, I mean, Crichton's Red Dwarf, but was that also his name? God, I am so blanking right now. I think it was Crichton. I know Claudia Black's character was Aaron Soong. I don't remember the actor's name who played Crace. Or who played, oh, Jesus, what was the other bad guy's name? I don't think it was Scorpion, but I think it was close to that. God, it's been too long since I've seen Farscape. I really need to get me Blu-rays out and rewatch it sometime. Let's take the chance to stun. Ooh, there's a thought. Not only would Crichton's son be old enough to be the main character now, if you didn't want to bring the original cast back, I mean, but you could also have Dargo's son involved as like a mentor character to him. Wait, or did Dargo's son die? Shit, I can't remember. I don't think Dargo's son dies. God, my brain is just going complete dead right now. I'm trying to remember what happened to Dargo's son and to Talon, Moira's son. I think Moira died, and they moved on to Talon. Oh God, I can't remember. It really has been so long since I last thought about Farscape. Because I used to check in on it every couple of years, because for ages they'd said that they were going to bring it back, or at least do webisodes, but nothing ever came of it. Yeah, my mind's just dead right now. I can't think. But like, that's really any different for me. Wait, was it Scorpius? That might be the right name for the bad guy. Crit damage. Oh, it's so annoying because I can picture in my head exactly what he looks like. I can remember his voice, I can remember his mannerisms, I just can't properly remember his name. Yeah, I can even remember where that pretty much all of that episode where Crichton's suffering some sort of brain damage or oxygen deprivation or something, and it's basically a Looney Tunes episode. God, that was crazy. That one was. Yeah, weird is definitely the right description from what I've seen, because I've seen Red Letter Media's reviews of Season 2 of Picard, and they're just completely lost on how every episode seems to be practically separate to all the others, and like this, and they think they're just making shit up as they go along and have forgotten all sorts of things from the past of Star Trek and just don't know what they're doing. Like how a certain... Now, this is where I am going to try to avoid spoilers for the sake of some other people. For instance, how a certain person is running a bar and appears to have always run a bar there, even though it has the same name as another bar that she ran elsewhere, and past her doesn't know a certain person, even though she interacted with that person even earlier than in Season 2. I think that would be sufficient clues for someone who's watched it, but I'm not sure. Good. You understood what I said, what I meant. Oh god, that's even worse. They didn't even mention that on the reviews. Almost every episode ends on a cliffhanger. God's sake. So even though they're basically telling completely separate stories from one episode to the next, it's still cliffhangering. That's just dumb. That is clearly studio notes right there. I mean, I'd say the worst part of that is that you know exactly why they're doing it. It's because it's airing exclusively on a streaming service, and instead of doing the Netflix thing of dumping the whole season at once, they're doing it 1 week at a time in order to make you keep your subscription going. Which I'm shocked hasn't been what, as far as I can remember, hasn't been what Disney has done. Because none of the Marvel shows have really ended on cliffhangers between episodes. I mean, obviously, the whole series of the shows are telling a single story, so you would want to watch week by week, but they still didn't really pull the bullshit of a cliffhanger at the end of each episode, did they? I mean, you could almost say that the first episode of Moon Knight did, but it still felt complete enough to me that it still didn't feel like cliffhanger baiting. Ooh, I should grab that healing item. I took a lot of damage. I do wish they wouldn't do the weekly thing though, but unfortunately some of these streaming services are just still stuck in the mentality of being TV channels. Oh, it's got to be the weekly event, not here, have the entire season. Although even Netflix is starting to fall a bit more towards that way of doing things, with the way that they put out parts of seasons now, instead of waiting till they have the whole thing. Because I think I saw that the next season of Stranger Things is split up by about a month, something like that. I think there's 2 parts to that one, and it's got a month. It's either a month-long gap or a couple of weeks. I can't remember. I don't remember the dates. I think it's something like part 1 of season 4 comes out in early May, and part 2 is either June or July. I'm not sure. But honestly, that might actually be even weirder than if they just put out 1 episode a week. Yeah, The Expanse was good, and them putting theirs out as a whole season at a time was definitely the right move. He does lightning damage. Ooh! Enemy slain by primary attacks conjures Spirit Ember. That's a good one. Because the Spirit Ember is what powers up me stamina bar and lets me get faster attacks. Hey Timmer, how you doing? I can't remember if I've watched the latest season of The Expanse or not. The last season I watched had them on a planet with I think there was electrical storms or poison, dangerous rain or something, and they went inside some sort of huge-ass tower. Oh god, what the hell was going on in that one? Or was... God, I'm trying to remember if I think my memory is combining the last season of The Expanse that I saw and the last season of Lost in Space. I think The Expanse, there was some colony on a planet in some sort of alien tower, and there was fighting going on between the ones who lived there and some mining corporation or something. Does that sound familiar? God, I watch so many things, some things blend together when I don't watch them for a while. Ah, so that was The Expanse, good. Yeah, if there have been seasons since that season, I haven't seen them. Good to hear you doing well, Toma. Wounded enemies take more damage. Spirit Embers deliver more damage. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Since I'm making Spirit Embers when I kill things. Yeah, as I was saying to Ajnu earlier, when I was a kid, I really did not like the original series or Next Generation, but I did like Deep Space Nine and Voyager when they came out. But like a year or two ago, I watched all of the original series and enjoyed it, and I've just started watching TNG and been enjoying it. I'm still undecided on Discovery. Seasons 3 and 4? Yeah, seasons... Wait, are there 3 and 4, or did we just finish 3? Fucking hell. Well, whatever the last 2 seasons have been for Discovery have been a lot better since coming to the future and all that. But the first 2 seasons definitely weren't very good. Oh, I'll tell you what I am looking forward to, though. I haven't heard when it'll air, but I'm really looking forward to the Orville Season 3. Because, I mean, that's just TNG, but dirty. And it's been really good so far. I mean, for anyone who's missed pure Star Trek, that they should watch The Orville. Absolutely. I mean, they might be put off by being Seth MacFarlane, but he's really goddamn good in it. And it is way more classic Star Trek than anything airing otherwise. Way more than the actual Star Trek shows. Do not fuck with your George my George. My name may be stupid, but I am also. Season 4 sounds about right for what I remember of The Expanse. It's weird just how much the tone of The Expanse has changed. Because Season 1 was so dark compared to the rest of the seasons. I mean, with the whole virus thing doing that body horror shit. And then now we're going to go through portals to places. A bit more Stargatey. Wait a minute. Was Thomas Jane even in Altered Carbon? Because Thomas Jane was in Season 1 of The Expanse, wasn't he? He was the detective. Now I'm not actually sure if he was in Altered Carbon Season 1 or not. Huh. I'm confused. health and rage is more effective. Grab that. Reduce my max health. Grab that shield. Don't know if I should grab either of those. Yeah, I'll save me money for this healing. I'm one short, damn it. In that case, I'll save that so that I don't end up being short the next time I come to a shop. Nice! Oh, you're in trouble now, bitches. Which one's that I've just gotten? I think that's the ranged shooting one. Oh, yeah. Possibly the worst of the allies, but at least it's an ally. Wounded enemies take more damage. Ow. Fucking flowers. Explosive attack. Ow. Oh, there goes my shield. The hell just hit me then? What are you shooting at? What the hell? Okay. Okay, one down. Nice. Okay, that's this floor done. However, before I proceed on to the next floor, I need to take a break here on Twitch. So for those of you in YouTube world, this has been Kino-Plays, Children of Morta. New episodes upload daily to the YouTube channel, 9 PM UK time. Thank you for joining me, take care, and goodbye.